What a blessing you're here. My name is Alex, and I make poker content. And we're going to go in a little bit of a different direction here, because I haven't made any content in quite a while. There's been some things in life that have taken me in different directions, and I'm going to give you the best tip and strategy I've ever made in poker so far at the end of this. So if you listen, we're going to talk about mindset, and we're going to get to that poker at the end. But right now I want you to know that we're on the water and everything is good, but for the last little bit, I've been dealing with basically pestilence, plague, all the issues of a house that are just incredible. So it's taken my time away from the game to deal with life, and the hardest part is actually when that challenge arises with family. It's almost impossible to believe the hardship that can happen to people. And life goes on in all that time. And so during that time when I've been dealing with all these other things, the house is leaking. Foundation is coming up through the water. It requires expensive French draining. One contractor, quotes $20,000 in the most absurd of ways. And so what do? I have to do it myself. I have to find the time to do that. I have to find the time to do and enjoy life too. And life can be, fun amidst tons and tons of hardship, more than you can imagine. You can find joy doing certain things and remembering sort of simple things, and in hard situations, kind of simplifying down to, just better strategies in upgrading your all in any way that you can. So I'm going to talk about a poker situation that's the most common one. It's when you raise from the small blind and the big blind defends in a single raise pot heads up. So you're going to be the out of position, better when it comes to this. And we'll get into the water. We'll talk about this. But that entire situation in poker is the most common one, and you're in it all the time. And what do? Do you have a strategy? Some people advocate all sorts of different bet sizes. Some people advocate just a straight range check. What I've never seen, I think the best bet I've ever seen in the strategy is a simplified one. And, when you're hauling dirt and you're moving stuff every time, you're looking for solutions, basically. And, for me, digging a trench after backbreaking, shoveling dirt, eventually, you put your mind to work and you figure out something that's a little bit easier and a little bit better and smarter, and you find ways to do things that are better. And so in the small blind versus big blind situation, I bet range now. I bet range for min. And it works incredibly well. I've caught a real fish in a situation in a big pond. I found a way to play a spot that always pushes equity. It keeps an advantage. It puts tremendous pressure on an opponent. It never requires you checking. And by setting up a slightly larger pot pre-flop and a small bet on the flop, and figuring out a turn strategy and river strategy, which is, beyond the scope of this sort of simple video, you basically escape all sorts of hard decisions and focus on something simple. And focus on the simple and, making it work in the best way possible, applying all the, tools, your brain, your body is one of the most important things you can do in life. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something from it. And most of all, have some fun and enjoy life, the things that may come up.